The Times of London quotes a report that Chinese forces used a non-lethal microwave weapon to drive Indian soldiers from 2 hilltops they occupied in Ladakh in an ongoing border dispute. If this is accurate, it would mark the first time such weapons have been used in action anywhere. However, the Indian Army has denied the reports, with an official Twitter account stating that the news is fake. The claims were made by Jin Kanrong, a professor of international relations at Renmin University in Beijing. Jin alleged that after 15 minutes of microwave attack the Indian troops were forced to retreat and that the weapons solved the problem beautifully, taking the positions without a shot being fired. This type of weapon was originally developed by the U.S. Joint Non-Lethal Weapons Directorate in 2001, and is known as active denial. The large vehicle-mounted device produces a beam of high-frequency microwaves 2 meters across from an antenna like a satellite dish. Unlike the longer wavelength radiation in a microwave oven, the millimeter waves used for active denial only have very shallow penetration. They cause a painful burning sensation by heating the outer surface of the skin to a depth of about 1/64 of an inch. The pain is sufficiently intense to cause a repel response, a reflexive and irresistible need to get out of the beam which nobody has been able to withstand in tests, but does not cause lasting damage. A few tests did cause small heat blisters, but these were rare. The U.S. deployed an early version of the active denial system to Afghanistan but never used it in action, largely because of fears over bad publicity. Irradiating civilians or rioting prisoners with microwaves is not a good look. Plans to use the device in a correctional facility in California were also dropped. More recently, local authorities have requested the weapon on the Mexican border and to disperse Black Lives Matter protests in Washington, D.C., which were both turned down. The U.S. has never used active denial technology in action, but the Pentagon continues to develop a more compact solid-state version in anticipation that it will be acceptable at some point. There is no doubt that China now possesses the technology. In 2014, a Chinese company showed off its own version, another vehicle-mounted system as the WB-1 anti-riot system, but there was no indication that this ever went into production. Chinese military analysts have recently suggested that non-lethal electromagnetic weapons could be a means of exerting pressure in conflict zones such as the South China Sea without escalating to a shooting war. This would include various jamming devices and weapons which disrupt or damage electronics, as well as technology like active denial. Such technology would obviously be applicable in the border dispute with India.